John McCain says he's going to pull off an upset and win this election. Can he make another comeback in his very successful political career? Joining me now is Mary Matlin, Republican strategist who formerly served as assistant to President George W. Bush, counselor to the vice president. Hey, Mary.
David, what would election be without you on election eve, election eve?
That's right. And I'm sorry we took the Obama event, so our time is cut a little bit short. But Mary, as a veteran of so many campaigns, how does this election eve feel to you?
As much as I love spinning you over the years, David, I don't like to spin myself. And I think that he could do this. And for just the reasons that you started out saying, he has come back not once but twice. They had enough targeted turnout in the states that they need to do it. They don't need to do it everywhere. And they have been exceeding their performance levels of the Bush campaign in '04. So if they can crank it up, then in those states that they need to, and those polls seem to be closing in those states, then yes, be a long night tomorrow.
Would you quarrel with the idea that even if he does pull it out, it does not erase the fact that the Republican Party is in distress?
Thank you.
I wouldn't call it in distress. I've been in Washington since 1980, and the Senate has flipped 6 times, and the House has flipped twice, and all of that. So the Republican Party has been of concern to conservatives for some time. So yes, there's an ongoing issue about what does it mean to be a conservative, and we have to keep reasserting what people like me, why I joined the party in the first place in the Reagan years, and what does that mean in the 21st century. But that will go on whether or not McCain wins, which again I do think he and Sarah Palin will do.
Do you think that it's possible to overstate the impact of the president on this election? It's where a lot of the arguments started, and it's where it ends. The shadow that the president and the vice president, for that matter, have cast over the Republican ticket.
To answer your question directly, I don't think it's possible. I think the president's impact on this ticket has been grossly overstated. All this notion that's a repudiation of Bush. You can't repudiate something that wasn't debated, wasn't defended. There wasn't anybody. McCain's strategy to distance himself from Bush was to do it in a sort of quasi-attack on the president. Right. We've seen this. I call this the catch-22 strategy. If no one's defending the ticket or has an interest in defending this administration, then that pushes the numbers down further, and then that drags the ticket down further. We've seen this when the House members took a step back from Bush. Conversely, when Senator McCain supported against all odds the surge, and it came to a victorious almost conclusion at this point, then those numbers went up for him. So you can't say that it's a repudiation if it never was debated, never was defended. And I'll say this, and you were there for 8 years, we're going to look back at a really remarkable presidency relative to national security. And yes, there is an unrecorded and unreported lately how long that recovery was, that economic recovery, right up to this last incident here, which he warned against.
All right, Mary Matlin, longtime Washingtonian, but Louisiana resident now. My best to you and your family.
Come visit. Come on down.
I'm coming. Thanks, Mary.